When I started to play guitar, there are a couple of things or word phrases I wish I knew from the get-go. So here's 10 things I wish I known at the start when I started to play guitar, especially if you want to record. One thing that confused me and still is a little bit confusing is that when someone is calling it the high E, it's actually not the E closest to you. So the high E refers to the pitch and not where it's physically at. So if you are sitting holding your guitar and looking down, your high E is at the bottom and your low E is at the top. So the thickest string is the low E and the thinnest string is the high E. I read about intonation. I was pretty unsure about what that was. But for me, it's more easy to understand if I read it like pitch accuracy instead, which means that if you have an open string, like you have the low E, which is the thickest string, it should have the same pitch if you press down the 12th fret, so it should still be an E. And if it doesn't, you need to adjust the intonation, so you have the correct pitch, the whole string with the whole fretboard. A crucial piece of equipment is the audio interface. That's basically a little box which enables you to input your guitar signal into your computer. So you actually need something like that. There are different variations. You have cordless and you have Bluetooth and a lot of options. But that standard is you have your guitar cable inputted into that audio interface, and then you have that is the box converting the signal to a digital signal. Then you can import it to your computer. Also acts like an external sound card. So for me, I have it both for when I'm gaming and listen to music. Everything goes through my audio interface, so it replaces your internal sound card in your computer. A DAW or a DAW, that stands for Digital Audio Workstation. And why do you need a DAW? Well, you need to because as I explained earlier, you have an audio interface which helps you to convert your guitar signal into a digital signal and into your computer. But I know there are some audio interfaces which have an internal processor, so which means that you can have like effects into the little box, so you can play directly without you use a DAW. But if you want to put effects on your signal, like distortion, delay, reverb, or everything, you most often will need a DAW. There are standalone plugins, like Neural DSP has plugins which you can use in a DAW and like standalone as well. So in that case, if you just want to play, you can use that standalone plugin. But if you want to record, you need a DAW. And in the DAW, you can collect both your guitar and your vocals and all other instruments. So in the DAW, you can create your music. And talk about effects in a DAW, you need to understand what a VST is. VST stands for Virtual Studio Technology. If you want to add an effect into your signal, you use a VST. And a VST can be everything from an amp, so a digital amp, a digital tuner, a digital pedal, and so on. And what do you use that VST plugin on? Well, that signal, which is, you can call it like a dry signal, it's also called a DI signal, which is your clean signal from your guitar into your DAW and into your computer without any effects. That is your DI signal. Another basic term you really need to understand, which more goes into your playing, is alternate picking. Which is really easy to understand, but it's harder to get good at. That just means you have to pick both down and up. So you alternate between up and down with your pick. That is alternate picking. So as I said, it's a very easy concept, but it's really hard to do that in the right way, in a fast way, and make it sound very, very good. And talking about playing, a fretted string is just a string where you have your finger press down the string into the fretboard. So to have fretting that string. On the opposite, you have an open string, which is the opposite to a fretted string, which means you have no finger pressing down the string, so it just rings open. And lastly, you have something called standard tuning. A standard tuning is when you have the strings in a certain order of pitches. So if you go to the low E string, that means you have E as the thickest string, then you have A, D, G, B, and E. And that is the most common tuning, therefore it's called standard tuning. If you like this video, I suggest that you watch this one next, and I'll see you later.